Hi guys, in today's video I wanted to do a hospital bag, what to pack in your hospital bag for those of you all who live in Trinidad. Now my friend and my cousins, everyone is pregnant around this time and it's so exciting that I get to do this for them. So one of my friends was telling me I need to do it for Trinidad because Trinidad it's totally different from the system out here in the US. Here you can go and they'll give you everything. In Trinidad you have to carry everything. So let's start with the list of things you'll need if you're in Trinidad. The first thing I have is a towel. You may need one or two of these. You'll need to carry your own diapers. Sometimes you may get it, sometimes you may not. You'll need Vaseline for the baby. Wipes. Make sure when you're buying, you buy unscented because you don't know what the baby will react to, because he or she is a newborn and you don't know if they will react differently to scented stuff and they will get a breakout. You need to carry your own toilet paper, and you heard me right, toilet paper. You do not want to go there and there is none. So make sure carry your own, and you'll want to put this in a Ziploc to keep it clean and keep it safe. Here I have a washcloth, so when you go to take a shower, you'll have your washcloth. With the washcloth, you'll need your soap, and I have a stress relief soap here, which I highly recommend. This one is from Bath and Body Works. It works wonders. You bathe with this and you can sleep. Now, I recommend you can use this before the baby comes, but once the baby comes, you'll want to use unscented items as you don't know what the baby will react to, as I said. You'll need your own cream, and you'll need baby cream and baby oil. You'll need toothpaste and a toothbrush. Make sure I put all of these things in Ziploc bags. And my little helper is making a lot of noise. You want to take your deodorant, whatever you use. You'll also need some nightgowns or nighties to sleep in. And I want to give you all a tip. When you're buying clothes, if you're wearing clothes in the hospital, like a dress, you want to buy a dress like this. You see how it has that deep V-neck and it's very stretchable? You want to buy something like this so that when you have it on, it's easier to feed the baby. So just make sure and keep that in mind. V-neck dresses, so it's easier to feed the baby. Now along with these, you'll need your breast pads to help you prevent that milk when it's coming down. You don't want to wet up your clothes, so make sure you have your breast pads. Okay, so a very important item. You need some granny panties. Now this works both in my US video and this video. You need it for both. You need these big granny panties because you want to be able to hold that pad into place. Now the pads are very big, hence the reason why you need granny panties. These are the size of pads you're going to need to get. So you'll need those big underwear to hold and keep this in place. So you'll need a lot of those because you're going to be bleeding very heavy. Now, when you're buying pads, make sure and buy enough because even when you come home from the hospital, you will need them. Next, I have a pair of flip-flops, and you'll also need bedroom slippers. Now, I like walking with flip-flops because you're not going to walk into a bathroom where everyone is taking a shower. You're not going to go into that shower and stand up barefooted. You want to walk with flip-flops so you can have a nice, comfortable bath. You need your own coverlet. You need your pillow, and you'll need your pillowcase. And maybe a bedspread, whatever you're accustomed to. You'll carry all of that to furnish your bed and your room. I have the baby towel with the rag to give the baby a sponge bath. You'll need a swaddle to swaddle the baby. You will need your receiving blankets. You always want to carry extra of those because they use that to swaddle the baby. You'll need some bigger rags for when you're feeding the baby. You will also need a couple changes of clothing. Okay, you'll need to carry some vests or some onesies, short sleeve preferably, no feet in the onesies because Trinidad is pretty hot. Now if you're staying where it's air conditioned, then you'll dress the baby accordingly. So a couple changes of clothes for the baby. You'll need your nursing bras because these detach at the top. So when it's time to feed the baby, it's really easy to open, have access to the breast, and then you can feed the baby and you can clip it back up. So these are very helpful. I have my Robe, which is so convenient and comfortable. So you can have on your bra alone, your underwear, and just have your robe, and you're covered up on your bed and you're comfortable enough to feed and take care of that baby. You'll need some socks to keep your feet nice and warm, and you'll need some socks for the baby also. I've learned that you don't put mittens on a baby's hand, because if you're not watching, they can choke on those mittens. So mittens for babies are a big no-no. I have my hospital gown, and I have some additional socks. Okay, some other things I want to tell you guys is that you pack your baby items in a separate bag, your items in a separate bag, and you put them all together, because when you go into labor, they're going to take everything and go with it. But you don't want them to have to be digging to find the baby items. So always make sure that they're separate but in the same bag. Also, don't put on any nail polish. When you're going into labor, they may need to see your fingernails. They would want to see that nail bed to make sure that everything is okay, just in case. And you always want to have your bag packed, I would say at least a month off or 1 month ahead of making the baby or the due date. You want to keep that bag with you at all times, because you never know when you can go into labor, and you don't want to be fish out of water calling someone to get your bag. Always have your bag with you 24/7. So guys, I think I touched on everything that my friend told me I needed to touch on. If you're in Trinidad or you're any part of the world where they don't provide proper care in a hospital or give you all of the items you would need, please make sure and walk with everything you think you need. Please make sure you're comfortable, and that's the most important thing, that you need to be comfortable and you need to have all of the items for the baby. The other thing you'll need to take to the hospital is you'll need to take a car seat. Now, I will touch on the car seat in a separate video. I prefer the Grey Code 3-in-1 convertible. That's the one that it converts from an infant, which is a newborn baby, all the way until the child is about 10 or 12 years old. You do not need to buy another car seat, but that's one. Now, if you're a parent that needs to take your baby out of the car seat into the stroller, then that will not be the option for you. You'll need to buy a separate system, which is a stroller and a car seat. And when you're purchasing those, you need to think about what type of parent you are. If you're one that's always on the go, buy a stroller and a car seat that best fits your needs. And if you travel a lot, you'll need to buy a stroller that can fold up pretty small. Some strollers are really bulky and it's hard to get through that scanner. So you know the small scanner that you put your purse in, that's where you have to put the stroller. So you have to make sure that it can fit into there, because they give you a hard time in the airport if you don't, or if it can't fit through there. A great tip for buying a car seat is you want to buy one where you have that tab at the front, and you can operate that tab at the front of the car seat, which means when you press it, you can pull to tighten the straps. A lot of the car seats have those adjustments to the back of the car seat, so it's really difficult to adjust those straps for the baby. So keep all of these things in mind. I do have a video coming up showing you my favorite car seats, strollers, my favorite items for a baby. I'm going to show you guys that video pretty soon, so stay tuned for that one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next. Bye.